Yo, what up? What up? How's everybody doing? We're about to get started back on the VW. Let's see here. We're gonna work on the interior of the VW. Just gonna get some things real quick, get my coffee, and we're gonna be pulling that up right now. Just give me a moment. A little chilly, just a little bit. Gotta get the heater in the background just in case. I gotta turn it on. Gotta have it all set up. Alright, cool. Man, let's see. Let's bust out. Let's turn this on now. Let's get the side view. Boom. Alright. We're back. Back again, guys. Hope everybody's good. Let's see here. So, gonna be working on the interior for the car. I'll give you guys an update in a little bit as far as what I did earlier today, and trying to see if I did anything else. Oh yeah, off camera I did paint some small parts. So let me get a little alligator clip, and then I'm gonna put some of those parts on there so I can give you guys a nice close up. What up, Pete? How you doing, man? Scale World. What's up? Slowly Models. What's up? Bugging it up. That's dope. Hey, what's up, bro? How you doing? Only Works Garage. What's up? All right, we're getting started. Just turning everything on. We're gonna be using this material for the interior, right there for the floor, and that's gonna be put, right here where pretty much where you see the yellow tape. That's where I'm going to be putting that right there. And also, I'm backmasked this area right here with the package tray area. Cool. So let me grab a couple of, or a few alligator clips. I'll be back. All right. Let's see. All right, cool. So we got these right here. All right, cool. Let's get situated now. Now that I got everything right here now in front of me. And oh, thank you, bro. Thank you. Yeah, I'm having a lot of fun with this one. That's for sure. All right, cool. So we're going to do a close-up of the parts that I ended up painting and clear coating. So let's see. I'm going to do this one so I don't jack it up right here. I don't think it's going to get it. It's kind of awkward. Anyway, let's do it. Let's just put it in my hand better. So I ended up working on this steering wheel right here. And the whole base was all pearl white. They went ahead, backmasked everything in the center, and just, left the steering wheel handle all around, and I applied candy to that on, well, try to do both sides, but only this is as much as got. But I kind of like that effect right there, right? And then we got the white in the back, and then the Hasagawa mirror finish. We wrapped it up all in the front. For the rear, I just ended up rocking the what is it? The Molotov marker. Where is it at? No, actually, not the Molotov. This is actually the Display marker, which is also in a chrome. Pretty similar stuff. But yeah, I just ended up, start hitting it up all back here. I mean, it's something that's not really going to be viewed, right? Once it's set up with the steering wheel column right there. I mean, no one's really going to see that part once it's in there. The steering wheel column, we did paint this. All right, this one we could put on the little stand right here. Let's see. Bam. Also is all pearl white. And then I just went ahead and candied the, right there. What would that be? The turn signal? Right there. So we hit that up. Oh. And then as far as the shifter, I think this thing's tiny. We went ahead and white. We wrapped up a little bit of chrome. And then on the top right there is also chrome on the cap right there for the shifter. And I don't know if this is, what is this? The parking brake? I'm assuming. Because I know it goes between, no, not the parking brake. This is a parking brake. We left this one with the pearl white. Oh, sorry. But I know that this one goes in here. So we're gonna figure that one out once we get it working right there. And let's see. Hello, Ivy. What's up? How you doing? First time on your live chat. Love your builds, bro. Oh, thank you, man. Thank you. We're chilling right here with us. Joining us. I just getting started. All right. So then, so far where we're at, you know, these side panels, I believe this is it. I don't think I'm gonna do anything else to them. I'm just gonna leave them as is. So to me, both of these so far are done. I'm still gonna work on the front face of this, you know, dashboard. Still need to, you know, color in some areas. I'm still gonna look at some photos as some references as to what should I touch up, what should I go with on that part. So this is also getting close to done. These things are gonna have to get glued onto the interior as soon as I finish the interior. So this portion here, I pretty much off camera, I went ahead and I had backmasked. If you saw the last live, we had backmasked this whole area because I wanted to keep this black, and pretty much went ahead during the day on Sunday morning and I primered all of this gray. And then I came back and I shot a bunch of snow white pearl. I mean, not pearl. It was bright white House of Color all in here. And then we came back with the snow white pearl. After the pearl, we went ahead and started to hit it with candy on there. The candy, you know, we tried to match it as close as possible to the body. Good thing is I had painted a spoon. So this is my reference point right here. And on the spoon, you know, it has pearl, then full spoon was candy, but then I dusted some pearl over the candy right there, kind of giving it sort of a fade right there, and it kind of blends in just as a reference. And now we're on this stage now. So we're going to remove these wheels off of this section. And this is just metal rod tubing. You can see the paint already coming off in the black. It's just because I keep like squeezing it with the tool. I guess crimping it, just making it tighter. So this way when I fit the wheels in, it holds it up right there. So this is the material that we're going to be using. This is a crushed velvet. Armando Flores gave me this a while back when I was working on a different build, the Cedric, and I wanted to use this for the interior of that car. And you know, he gave me a nice amount right here to use. So this is what we're going to be rocking with for this. And my plan is pretty much the layout of the tape is how I want to lay this out. And I want to leave the center area with the color of the car. So it's only just going to go down here, right there. And then this way, when I place the back seat right here, there's two little pegs that go in these little holes. So once we get that in there, let's see, gotta push it a little tight because now there's clear in there and there's some resistance. You'll see the bottom of the seat right here. You see how it kind of lifts just a little bit. I just want it, you know, to just get in there where it's just gonna fill in that little area right there, right? It's one of these things where I'm showing you guys, but most likely, obviously, you know, once the car is all put together, it's a detail you're not really gonna see at all. It's just gonna kind of hide in there, like, you know, that's as much as you're gonna be able to see in there, right? It's more the center, but still, I gotta dress it up, you know. Why not? If I'm right now that I have the time, let's do it up. And then right here too in the back, I want to put this in. One thing I do regret though is the back portion of this bench, this part right here. I should have filled in the back. I should have grabbed a piece of styrene and inserted a styrene in here and just, glued it and covered it. Since I didn't do that, that's kind of why what this popped in my head was like, you know what, I better put material in there, and I might have to tuck some in here too to cover that area. So this way when the, watch, let's see, let's put it in here. Let's take a look. Let's say, you're looking at the model and, you're looking at it like hovering above, and then it turns around. And then right here, you're going to be like, oh, what happened there? There's a hole. There's a big old hole or whatever right there. That's weird. I'm not going to put speakers or anything like that, but I feel like if I put a nice little amount of material back there, I think it would look nice and, I don't know, fluffy or elegant. I don't know, maybe like, I know like a little cat would like to like kick it right there while it's cruising and the sun's hitting, nice and warm right there. But I don't know. We're just going to roll with that right there. Hey, what's up, Armando? How you doing? We got Mike's Mod 65. What's up, bro? How you doing? Oh, sweet, man. Thank you for joining us right here during your break. Let's see here. So let's take this off. All right. So I'm using this tape as a reference. So the tape is something where, I'm laying everything out. I'm going to get a, let's see here. Let me see if this works. But let me get a little stick here to kind of touch up the edge. It doesn't have to be perfect, It doesn't have to be to the main edge, but whatever the closest that we can get it in there, that's fine. All right, that's cool right there. And then we'll just kind of mark it here, like to say like, all right, cool. This is as far as the tape is gonna reach. Right there. Right there. All right, that's fine. And then obviously we'll back here, we'll just kind of draw an imaginary line. We just say it ends like right there. And I don't know, somewhere right here. All right, cool. And then let's see if we're staring at it. Let's say we're driving, right? We're driving the VW, the Bug. So do the left side. And then the right, bam, right there, L and an R. So now we could take off the tape right here. Boom. And you can see everything's still the color right there. And now we're just gonna cut off the excess amount right here. Mundo Customs, what's up? All right, cool. So let's I'm gonna use the God Hand scissors right here to just kind of chop that right there. And it doesn't have to be so exact, just as closest to the line right there, just to eliminate some of the excess. And then the same with the back. Boom. All right, so that one's there. Let's put this tape away over here. Okay. Let's do the same for the other side now. Oh, there they are. I was like, where to leave my tweezers? Yeah, so, we're already in March 2nd. The shows are starting to creep up. We got the SoCal Open, but also the Left Coast Scale Classic that's coming up. And yeah, time's gonna fly by. If you guys are planning on going to these shows and bringing builds, right now is like, it's the time to be working on your stuff. And in case if you're late on it, just try to catch up and bring new stuff and old stuff or whatever you have on hand. Don't feel like, oh man, I shouldn't bring it, or I don't know, it's not on the level where I want it to be. Like, just bust it out. I think everybody who's at these shows that sees models appreciates models. I don't think anybody's really there criticizing any kind of model. I think everyone's pretty cool. When I go to shows, like, it's cool to be there because you get to see all these cars, and you know, whether you're kicking it with your friends and chopping it up, or just you know, uh, taking tons of pictures. That's what a lot of people end up doing. All right, so flipped it this way. Now we're gonna basically lay down the tape on the backside like this. So we're just gonna kind of estimate like somewhere right here. Let me see. Just like right there. Yeah, this kind of technique, it's I find it very similar to when you're working with here. Let me move the camera. Sorry. When you're doing like not micro. What is it? The carbon fiber from Scale Motorsports, because you use tape to get your template, create your template from the car, and then from there you start to have your tapes and everything, and lay it out. Look, shout outs to Arev. Right now that we're talking about that, boom, look at this dude. Check this dude out right here. Hell yeah. This guy right here, looked up this name on Instagram, on Facebook. If you ever wanted to do carbon fiber on your models, this guy does some amazing work, but he also helps people out in case you got questions. But yeah, I actually have this on my bench. You just can't really see it, but it's in one of the little windows right there. All right, cool. So let's see here. Damn, getting excited. Let me get some scissors. I think these are the ones I use. We're gonna find out right now. These should be sharp enough. These Tamiya ones, these craft ones. These are for the decals, but hey, it should do the job. If it doesn't, I'm gonna have to bust out with another type of scissor. So I'm not gonna cut it as close. I kind of want to cut it a little bit, just a little bit bigger, just so this way it starts to when I lay it down, a little extra is out. If anything, I might cut it closer on the inside part. It is cutting though, so we are doing that. Let's see here. I'm just going slow. Yeah, there's like small little pieces of it just floating around right now as I'm cutting. I better drink my coffee before I start continuing after I cut it off this, because then it's going to get all over. Here we go. So we got that piece right there. Oh, let's look at the scissors. It's like fuzzy fur. Whew. Right on, Mike. Later on, man. Have a good night, man. Take care. Hopefully, we'll catch you next time on the chat. All right, cool. Starting to smash this coffee. I'm already like halfway in the cup. All right, let's see. Let's cut some more right here. All right, cool. Right there. Now we just got to cut it right in the middle. We got to separate the two pieces right here. And let's see. We're going to lay it out like a quick little mock-up just to kind of see how it looks. To see if we pass the test. If it looks cool. And if it doesn't, we're going to do it all over. No. All right, cool. All right, sweet. So here we go. Let's take these off. I think I did it down here. All right, cool. Let's peel this off. Got template. Here's another one. Just peel this off. Yeah, now that the edges are cut, this stuff's flying. Probably breathing it in right now. Oof. Here, let me smash the coffee. Hold on. All right, cool. Let's put that away over there better. What up, Dan? What's up? All right, cool. So let's save those templates. Let's see. Let's see if we passed. Let's see if it kind of is gonna work out. or not. All right. All right, cool. We get it down right there. Right there. Might have to cut a little bit more on the edge. Just a little more. Kind of like the way that tucks in right there. A little more. And then here, let's see how it would look. Plushy. Let's see. I think on these seats, I feel like I'm gonna have to cut something. I think I'm gonna snip this off. I was talking about it the other day. It gets in the way. Let me see. So you're barely gonna see it, but it's gonna be there. The material. All right. Yeah, I need to cut these things. They're getting annoying. Where is it? All right, cool. Let me cut this off. No, I don't need this part. Just cut it right here. So I'm gonna be using white glue for the bottom of the carpet. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna be rocking right here. Boom, something like that. But first, I need to trim this part on the edge because it is sticking out. So let's see what we're gonna do right now. What we're gonna get into. We're just gonna eyeball it. All right. All right, it's getting there. Just a little more. I barely need to cut a little more right here on this side. All right, so I need to trim right here, and we're good. I just need to give it a little bit of clearance, and we're good. Let's see. Because I still need to make space for the door panel that's gonna go in there. We'll have to mock all that stuff up too. Because if not, how's it gonna fit? You know, it's gonna be like, what? Hey, dog. All right, let's get the door panel. This one right here. Let's see. Okay, let's put the seat on too. All right, cool. You got that right there. Oh, what? All right, we're getting there. We're getting somewhere. There we go. Yeah, I want to really lock it in. I might have to cut a little more in here too, because I don't really like the way it's too much like creeping up to the edge of right here. I want this to be a little lower. So, but look at this part. I really like now how it's getting more uniformed on the edges. So we need to uniform it down here too. Cause look at that. It looks kind of crazy. It's a little sloppy. But we're kind of getting it there. Let's see. Dan says, I almost bought a pink Skips Fiesta bug at the show. Oh yeah, how was the show, man? Because you were telling us, that the show was coming up in your area. Did you pick anything up as far as like other models? All right, let's Bam. All right, cool. So let's see here. We're gonna trim this from right here. Okay. Let's here. All right, it's getting close. It's still kind of going up, but we're gonna cut a little more, and I think we should be good. Yeah, I appreciate Armando helping me out through the years, and always like recommending certain products and things, and also telling me like, yeah man, like let people know too, like share the info, because he also wants other people to have fun and build and do their thing, and there's a lot of stuff out there, a lot of materials, and a lot of things you could add to your models. I was talking to Stan earlier, and Stan was also expressing to me and letting me know about like different materials that he used back in the day with his models, and I'm like, oh man, like now I want to get more material stuff. All right, so I'm really liking how this is. This one's still a little bulky, but we're gonna trim it down. We're gonna trim it down. I think it's gonna be more the outskirt right here, like the outside, so we make it look like this one right here. Let's see. Dang, you spent 2 bills? Nice. Hell yeah. There must have been some good stuff then. Nice. Let me see. Armando's getting my cafe latte to keep me awake. Oh, dope. Hey, you know what? My friend was asking me about that. Like, he's like, hey, when you drink coffee late at night, do you stay up or what happens? And I just told him, hey, man, like, right now what I'm drinking, it's just instant coffee. Like, there's nothing in that. Like, it's just, it doesn't do nothing. I think it's more for flavor and just because it's warm and everything. Like, I'll enjoy drinking it when I'm craving coffee. But if I would get, something else and it had like, shots of espresso or whatever, dude, then that would definitely keep me up. Right, right there. But I think for now I'm good. As long as I get some work done on the bug to move forward and try to get some rest around midnight or so, I'm good. Let's see. But that's dope though. But yeah, man, if you got a lot of work, got to put in the work right there. All right, let's trim this one. I'm gonna cut it like this so I could try to eyeball it. Dang, so Dan, you spent 2 bills. What'd you get for 2 bills? Did you go everything on one vendor or different vendors? That's cool, man. All right, cool. So we just need to cut a little piece right here on this little corner. Because it's kind of awkward, kind of bulky-ish. All right. All right. Damn, we still got to cut it right here. Just right here. Let's see. Thought I had it. There we go. Boom. It's in. Right there. Let's do another mock-up with the this part and then the side panels and then this dash part here too. I'm just very curious to see how it's gonna look. So put this insert right there. Let's do the other side. This is insert right here. Oh, right there. There's a tape holding it. Yeah. And now we're gonna put this insert right here. Oh wait. Sweet. Ah. There we go. Let's get the other side. Get some tape in here. Boom, right there. Okay. So I know right now it's loose. We're gonna end up gluing that with the white glue. But let's take a close up right here. This is how it looks from the top view, side, and then the inside. Let's see right there. And let's see. And then let's look at the back. Right there. So we have this now. Now we got to do this section next. Right here. Let's see. Let me go back up. Let me see what Dan got. And let me see what you guys doing. See Pete from Scale World. I'm also at work, but nap time is approaching. I mean break time. Oh man. How long is the break? I hope you get a good knife, like a time of break right there. And let's see. Now different vendors. This is from Dan. He says a 1937 Chevy convertible, open bag, no box. Oh, right on. And then also the 1933 Chevy panel original kit. Oh, that's dope. Is that an MPC, the 33? Or and then the 65 Impala ragtop. Oh, nice. The ragtop is at the Revell or like a vintage AMT. And then Armando, after 20 hours approximately on tape lines, Pink Ladybug, and 10 minutes spraying the pink candy, now back masking is no joke. Never give up. Dale gas. Dang, that's crazy right there. Are you gonna give us a sneak peek, Armando, later? Maybe on Instagram with the pink lady. Man, this stuff's getting everywhere. All right, let's see. Oh, nice, the Revell. That's cool, man. Yeah, that's some nice stuff right there. Okay, so, all right, for the back, let me go ahead. We're gonna do the same thing. We're gonna mark the edges here with the pen, just so this way I know the length to cut the material. A guesstimate. Now let's take off the tape. There you go. So then the way we're gonna do it, let's see, is with the scissors. Trying to cut it with the tape in there. There we go. This thing slices clean. All right, and then so on this one, we're gonna have to cut material, but also we're gonna have to leave a little bit longer on a section, just because. Oh wait, let's follow the pattern. It was like this. Let's just try to follow the pattern. Boom. Oh wait, hold on. It was this way. There we go. All right, so we're gonna get the scissors now, and when we cut, here, we're gonna go a little bit more beyond the yellow right here, yellow tape, because I want this to touch the back part of the seat. Hopefully cover it somehow. We'll figure it out right now. Okay. Get this side. And no, I don't think we're gonna need too much right there. Bam. All right. Let's take the tape off. Okay. So then we're just gonna tuck this in and we're gonna eyeball it. So right now, we want this to fit the back portion right here. And then we obviously want it to kind of bend, which is not kind of doing. Kind of surprised. Let's see. Oh, here we go. It's starting to bend in. Okay. And then we're going to slice this. So now I'm getting a good idea of the size. Let me look at something else. You know what? I'm going to do it like this. I'm going to do it in the reverse. All right. And then I'm just going to snip this little piece right here because I feel like I kind of cut a little too much material on the other side. Yeah, it's gonna go in there. See that? I want to tuck that in, and you're like, only we're gonna know. No one's gonna be able to tell. All right, cool. So let's see. Let's do this. I don't know. Will this help? Maybe like this much material. Kind of a guide. There we go. Oh, there you go. Oh, wait. Like I like it, but then I don't. I gotta be strategic in the how I'm gonna put this. I might, you know what? Here's what I'm gonna do. I think I'm gonna cut a piece of styrene and slip it in there. And then that way I could glue that to the styrene right there. And then once that's in there, then I'll put the rest in here. Oh, I see what's going on. It's too big right here. It's not straight there. I need to cut that little corner off right here. That little dude snuck in right there. Yeah. Okay. That's getting all weird. So let's let me see here. Oh yeah, looks all weird. It's all off. It's not even straight. Let's cut it. All right, cool. Still a little off. Just a little. But I'm digging it so far. We're getting there. We're getting close. All right, right here. It's basically like a little rectangle. I gotta cut, kind of even it. But I do feel like I'm gonna have to need like a little strip of styrene to put in there for sure. Let me grab my styrene real quick. I gotta get some sheets. And look, that's all the material I gotta toss. But we'll set it aside. You never know, I might need it right now too. To fill in little areas. Set this over here. big is this? Cool. Yeah, I think this is gonna be it right here, this piece. All right. All right, let me read the chat before I continue. 53 Chevy Bel Air original kit and a 59 Skyliner. Dang, those also. That's awesome. And then Pete says, I'm going to have a booth at Ricky's Model Cars and Coffee. My first time. So nervous about it. Photographing models to be featured on the site. Oh, man, that's awesome. Yeah, man. It's definitely pack some snacks. Bring a lot of water. You're gonna be busy, bro. Like, and then you gotta, I guess, find the time for like those breaks, you know, to be like open from this time because yeah, you're gonna be busy photographing stuff. But I'm happy for you, man. That's dope. That's gonna be a lot of fun. That's for sure. Let's see. Let me. Hell yeah! Look at that. That thing. Putting the little. Oh, sorry. Change angles. Sorry, just fit that right in there. So here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna see. All right. Here, let me cut a little bit from the edge. Let's see how we can fit this in there. I need to cut more on the other side. Obviously, as you go in there, it's going to get more tapered. Oh, look at that. It just slid right in there. Nice. All right. So, let's see. Let's see what we're going to improvise right now. Not going to be perfect, but this will do for now. Yeah, I love these scissors. They come in handy. Bam. All right. There we got the little insert. Okay, cool. So I think what's gonna happen is let's mock up before we do anything. Like, oh, let's start gluing. We're excited right now. Let's do a mock up before we start messing up. Then we can start over. We gotta tear everything down. We gotta end the live. We gotta figure out what's the next plan. Review the tape. No, I'm playing. Let's see. Okay. Stuff keeps moving. I'm thinking I probably will need to glue it first to the insert, slide the insert in, and then adjust the rest. Because right now it just keeps moving around because it's not glued or nothing, you know, and it's small. See, because right here it pops up. It's not bending, but if I glue it down, like in there, right, align it up with the insert, I know I could make it work. But here, let's do this. Let's take off the insert, and then we'll put the piece in, and it's gonna sink in there. Like obviously it goes in there, right? Oh, even if I did that, see, now it's doing it. Now it's going in there the way I originally wanted it because it wasn't doing it. Here, let's see. I'm gonna put the body on and let's observe. Let's see how it would look like that without the insert. All right, so now package tray. Yeah, you can barely see in there. The back. That's what you're gonna see more is that. Yeah, I think this looks a lot better. It's like tucked right underneath the back. So I'm gonna put glue. I'm not gonna use the insert then, but it's okay that we kind of tried. I kind of like this more. And the bottom. All right. I think it's gonna be time to start putting glue. The white glue. I need some white glue. So, all right, let's take this all apart now. All right, so we have the white glue right here. This is micro crystal clear that we're gonna be rocking. Let's see if it's all dry. It should be all dry. Oh, look at that. It's dry at the top, but you just have to poke it and you're good. All right, so how are we gonna do this? Let's set this one over here. We'll set this one over here. I'm gonna bust out. You know what? Let me grab actually a popsicle stick for this. Yeah. Oh, thank you, Casey. Thank you. Little by little, we're working it. All right, so these are just mixing sticks. Got this a long time ago from Coast Airbrush. It's kind of interesting, you know. It comes in a little bag, and I think it was stapled too. And I was like, man, it's kind of old school, you know. Feel like I went to like a carnival or something. But there you go, coastairbrush.com. They were $275. I think. Oh dang, it ripped. Yeah, I've had this for a while, but there's like tons of wooden sticks in here, and they're all new sticks. So we're working with the white area, so we're gonna go ahead and rock these right here. So let's see. We're gonna find out right now, real quick, to see if this is a good idea or a bad idea. Good idea, or bad idea. All right, let's find out. So. Then we're going to spread it with the stick. Yeah, it's coming down. Okay, cool. All right. So that's just enough just to get it out. All right, cool. We could rock another stick to spread it. No, you know what? Not a stick. Let's get let's actually, let me see if I could rock one of these. Because we don't want it to be so thick, you know. bit. I think I put a little too much. But let me spread it out. Later with the hobby knife, I'll cut this little area out through the thing, just so that way we get to put the pedals and all that, the clutch. Put a little bit right here, just a little bit, not too much. There we go. Now this side, let's play around with it. Let's spread it so it's not too thick. Let's get some of the excess off. See, I'm just putting it right here, all the excess right there. I think that's it. So let's go ahead and grab the material now. Oh man. Oh, watch me mess up and I put it on the wrong side. I'm like, oh dude, what the hell, bro? Like, bro, what happened, dog? What happened, fool? Get that out of the way. I'm using the little stick to kind of scoot it up a little and just kind of get it in there in those little areas. See, like right here, I didn't put it close enough, so let me scoot it over. There we go. Bam. Let me try to line it up right here. Yeah, my fingers are too big, and then I'm just trying to lay it as even, as flat as possible. I know if I use my fingers, I'm just gonna smash it in all crazy. Trying to get it nice and uniformed. Try my best to get it in there. All right, got the edges. This edge too. All right. Let's see. There, it's stuck. Kind of flattening it with the stick a little. Scooting it over just a little bit. Just a little bit right there, bro. Boom. All right. Now right here, let's kind of push this down. All right. There. I think that's cool. Let me see. Oh, I just looked at it. Armando's like, it's too much glue. All right. Yeah, I got some of it off, but here we go. Dun-dun-dun. Let's see. We're gonna let it dry. Let's see. So tomorrow, I'm gonna cut that little thing right there, that little hole. It's right here. I'm gonna shove a knife, and then it'll be good right there. All right. All right. Sweet. So we got that one done right there. So far. Now let's see what we're gonna do back here. So for this one, this is gonna be a little tricky. We're gonna have to do it in two parts. We're not gonna just toss the whole thing in there. We're gonna have to put glue like in here, but I'm gonna end up using the little stick, this stick, not the big one, like that, like this much. I'm gonna just spread it out in here. It's gonna be a little tricky. I'm putting it in there. I could barely see in there. Then I want you guys to see in there. Okay. I think that's enough. I think that's the noise it makes when I put the glue in there. And the parts. Let's see. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Getting... Here, let me put this down. What am I doing? There we go. Here we go. We're going to push it a little. Watch out for the noises, all right? There we go. Scoot that up. Let's make some contact right here in the edges. Right there, just a little bit. Get it in there just a little bit, tucked in there. Just a little bit. Let it line up right here. Right there. Pull it just a little bit right here. Just to make sure it gets the glue, and then pull it out. Boom, right there. There we go. Man, I probably won't even have to put glue down here because it's already holding. Right there. Look at that. Oh, I'm excited, man. I'm happy. I'm going to go to sleep with a smile on my face. My lady's going to be like, what's wrong with you? I saw you sleeping, snoring, and you had this big cheeser on your face. All right, let's see. You know what? They just put a little bit, like maybe a little drop. Because then it's going to get jealous. It's going to be like, hey, dog, you put glue on that side, bro, and you didn't put glue over here. Come on, bro. Boom, bro. Right there. Let's get a little more right here. Boom, bro. Right here, dog. Oh, right there, bro. Right there, dog. Boom. All right, let's take it off. Right there. All right, cool. Let's do it with the stick again. Just be careful. Push it down slowly. Slowly. Shout outs to the homie Slowly Models. Bam. Right there. There we go. Let's start inserting this thing down now. There we go. It's making contact with the glue. I could feel it. A little bit of resistance. Let's try to get all the little corners right here. Right there. There we go. There. All right. There, I think. Yep, we're in. Right there. Boom. right, let's see. Damn, the big cheeser, bro. No. All right, look at this. Dang, always seen this glue. Well, this thing lasts forever, man. So it's okay. Nothing's gonna happen. Here, look at this. There. Try to save as much as possible. Till the next time, you did your job. Thank you. I'm gonna put you away. Right there. Put you away. All right. Let me toss this. I need to get this as far away as possible. All right, let's see where we're at. Ooh, nice, man. Yeah, bust out the models on the bench. See, I need to bust out the instructions real quick. I need to take a look at something. I need to see what I need to do next as far as gluing the interior parts, because can't waste any time. We got to keep it moving right here. All right, cool. So the interior, you got to set. We're still gonna glue some stuff in here. Here, let's see. Let's take a look at the interior. All right. So we got the shifter. We got to put that. And then, oh, so that's how that goes. Here, let me get these two parts. Got to get this part that I painted. Oh, so this goes in here. Makes sense. I was wondering, like, these two parts right here. I was like, what? What do I do, man? Right here. I was like, oh, this goes in here. There we go. Boom. I'll have to push it more. I feel like I'm going to break it. Oh, man. Here, let me stare at this for a little bit. Oh, you know what? I think I'm putting it the wrong way. There we go. It's this way. All right. Oof. Yeah, this is kind of tight. Hold on. I guess when I push it in, I feel like it's gonna probably pop in place. But let's push this in a little more. There we go. There we go. We're in right there. Look at that. Look at that little thing right there. Cool. All right. So we got this going. We're going to go ahead and mock it up. And I might need to add the glue. We might need to just get this going already. With the mock up right here. Yeah, let's see. Let's put this right in here. Boom, like that. That's how that's going to look, that piece right there. We got a little bit of the white, a little bit of the teal. Flat surfaces. We got some light. Let's look at the bottom, because we're going to insert the glue right there. And we're just going to rock the Tamiya. The Tamiya liquid glue for that portion. And we're only going to put a little bit. We don't want to go too crazy. I don't want to put CA glue. I just do not want it to go through. But just a little bit of this. Let's get some right here. Let's try to wipe a little bit more. And then just a nice little hit right there. Boom. That's it. We need to put a lot. Let's move it around. And let's put a little more. There we go. Let's just leave it there for now. And then, what was next? The shifter. The shifter. We got the shifter right here. All right, so for the shifter, I had done it all white. I layered a couple of pieces with chrome. And let's see here. You got to compress this, because I also use the marker too. The top portion does have the chrome material, but the rest does not. The rest is pretty much the Display Chrome marker, which is where is it at? Where did I put it? This one right here. So it's not the Molotov. This is like their version of the Chrome, you know, competing, being like, you know what, we're gonna bust out with our own Chrome right here. Here, let's look at the here's the brake pedals right there. Let's see here. Let me get my knife. Maybe I could already cut that. Maybe we could already go ahead and insert that in there. I could feel it touching. Let me see. Let me put something in the... Oh, here we go. Better. I have to put it up in the air and have to cut up to the light. I'll bring it down right now. Let me try to sink this in. Chop up this little area. All right, cool. I think we opened up the little hole right there. It's really small, but it will do. Let's see if we could insert this in here and see if it goes through to the other side. The other side of the moon. Let's see. Let's figure it out right here. Man, might have to use some tweezers because it's definitely really tight area right there. So let's here. Let me see. Maybe I'll do it like this. Yeah, this gives me a better grip right here. Let's see, here we go. Nope, let me try to open it up more. I think it's because of the material now that I added on there. It's just a little bit in the way, a little bit. There we go, tearing it a little more. There we go. See, you can see the little material right here sticking out. Later, I'll have to hit this with the little marker, you know. But who's gonna see that? Nobody. Only you guys, right here on the live. That's for sure. Yeah. All right. Let's get back to the tweezers again. Let's attempt this again. Let's see what happens. Let's see if we're successful of getting this inserted. If it gets inserted, then we're gonna go ahead and nope, not working. We're gonna glue this thing down already. This piece. Oh, there we go. It's going in. Here, I need to do this. I'm gonna push it down. I'm gonna hold it down right here. I'm gonna look at the bottom to see if we're in. Yeah, we are. We're right there. Oh, let's go ahead and put glue since we're here. I have to put a little extra so it kind of melts in there. There we go. Sweet. This one I just kept it black. I didn't want to do nothing special. It's not, you're not gonna really see this anyway. All right. Sweet, yeah, stool. It's there. Boom. All right, next thing, let's see. We keep talking about the shifter. I don't know if it's gonna fit. I might need to cut or let me see. Hobby knife. Let's get in here. Do a little insert cut right there. Turn it the other way. Here. Up and down. Get in position up and down. I might have to wiggle it side to side and then pull it out. All right, let's see. Let's see if we can get in here by just popping it in. If I can't, I might need to widen it just a little. You know, it's because since I clear coated that area, it gets a little thick in there. So you can see the shine of the clear. So let's let Let's kind of open this up just a little bit. There we go. Gotta be careful. Don't want to like end up peeling the clear in there by tearing it, you know. Here, let's take a look at something though. Let's take a look at the nub. See, we might have to trim this just a little. Bam, right there. All right, let's see. Let's try it again. There we go. It's in there. All right. Let's see. Let's put this down. Let's see. Before we commit, I want to do a mock-up again of the sides. There's this side. This side. All right. Let's check this side. Also, we're going to do right here. Bam. Right there. All right. So it's starting to somewhat come together right there. But yeah, I think, there we go. Get the material in there, in the back. We need to also glue the steering wheel column. Let's do that right now. Let's see. So we have the steering wheel right here. We got the column right here. Let's see. We're going to set this up right here. Boom. We're going to put a little bit of glue. Just a little bit. Not too much. Here. Let's touch up this little area. Like small, not a lot. There we go. And then we're going to insert that in here. We're going to push it down and kind of hold it so it kind of bonds real quick. And then after, we'll put a little bit on the outside, just a tiny bit. We'll see if it bonds together. Right there. Okay. So now we're going to put just a little bit, but let's do it from the bottom side. In case if it smears or something happens, it won't be visible. Boom, right there. Right there, the side. The side. That's it. That's going to hold it up. So, let me see here. I'm trying to look at something. All right, so now that we have that mock-up right there, we definitely will need to glue the shifter now. We're going to get that one done. Let me get a little clip to hold this up. Hang on. Cool. All right, we're gonna put this one like this. These clips come with the Tamiya stands. It's just gonna hold it up for now. Back then I used to just lay the thing down and then, it'd fall apart. But for now, we're just gonna kind of hold it up. Hey, what's up, Carlos? How you doing, man? All right, here, just working on the car, chilling out. Let's see here. Let me check something real quick. All right. Bam. All right, cool. So here, let's put the glue on this bottom part already. Get that out of the way. That's tiny. Hopefully it gets it. That little hole's super small right there. There, we can hit it right there. Boom, that's good. All right, let's do another mock-up with the interior. You know, I've been thinking a lot about the windows. Been thinking about possibly. There we go. Got the windows right there. All right. Got the material in the back. All right, sweet. So, yeah, I've been thinking about the windows a lot. As far as here, let me get one. Here we go. So obviously they're together. I really been thinking about cutting them, separating them, and possibly not using the front ones. You know, obviously the front ones have the little small window there, the little insert and everything. And you know, for a lot of my models, whenever I customize a model or something, I always end up cutting that out too when I do wide windows. And I was just thinking about it, and I was going, man, like I really like this look. I really like the window being wide open like that, and just having, you know, this. So my plan was to get a marker, like let's say separate them, get a black marker, color with the marker all the bottom, all around the edges. So this way it's like represents the black rubber seal. And then there's a little lip on the edge of the glass. I was going to cut some of the mirror finish. And then I was going to go ahead and insert it all the way around, and then just pop that thing in there. In case if while popping it in, the thing would come off or whatever, I would just still pop it in there, like take that stuff off, pop it back in there, hold it down with tape, and then apply the mirror finish from the outside on that little lip. So this way, you know, we start to have the effect right here of you seeing the black from underneath the glass, and then the chrome trim all the way around right there. That's what I would try to achieve at that point. The same in the front, get all that little trim right there with that. The windshield wipers, been thinking also the same of possibly wrapping these up with the metal finish. If not, if it's too complicated, you know, this chrome is pretty dope. You know, just paint them black and then just hit it with the chrome. Paint them black, clear it, and then hit it with the chrome. You know, get more of a shine. So there's those options right there with that. Once I get to that, but you know, right now it's mostly the focus wrapping up the interior. Once we wrap up interior, then we're gonna go ahead and wet sand this thing. I'm gonna go ahead and get whatever, you know, gunk, whatever I need to get off, wet sand it, get it all sorted out, and then polish it. Once it's all polished up, then I'm going to start hitting it up with all the chrome trimmings and everything with the Hasegawa mirror finish. Once that's done, then we're going to go ahead and apply all the glass and everything. And then once all that's done, then we start adding all the, you know, headlights, taillights, the chrome details, all that fun stuff. And it should be done like quick, you know. So this month, this is like the focus is on this build, on that part right there. Let's see here. So the steering column is going to go back there. I might not glue it right now, the steering column. I think what's going to end up happening is I want to wrap up later detailing with the marker and all the little switches and everything, you know, try to get all that going. And then once all that's done, then I'm going to glue it. I just don't want it to get in the way right now, you know, because I really feel like the steering wheel is going to get in the way, and I'm going to be like regretting it. Like, man, I shouldn't have even like done it, you know, like I should have waited and been like, oh man. But little by little, you know, we're going to be moving with it already. So let's see here. And then also the, you know, the seats, once that glue dries on the floor, we're going to start to, you know, get our seats going and everything, get these all hit up. And we should be wrapping that one up right there. Let's see. Let me snip this little piece, because man, these little things, I mean, I'm not going to use them in the car. So I need to cut these off, these tiny little pieces right here, and get this off. Bam. All right. And then we'll color that later. We'll hit it up. cool. You got that side. Let's get this side too. There we go. So we got the 2 seats set up. I'm just gonna leave them like that in that like matte finish with just the pearl above. All right, let's see. I'm just snipping off these little pieces right here. All right, I think I need to sand a little bit of the bottom though too, because you know they're chilling and then they go like that, chilling and then they fall. Let me just get something flat. Here, let me get all this stuff out of the way. Right here. And then here. Oh, I see the problem. When I line this up, you can see the rear right here. It's like this part. It's this. That's kind of throwing off the balance. So I'm just going to shave a little bit, not too much. I also don't want to make this crazy mess in here. Okay. Let's see here. Oh. And then we're going to... This is going to be... When the time's right, we're going to end up putting the glue down with these. I'm wondering if maybe I should put a piece of styrene in here to flatten it even more. So this way when I place the seats down, I'm not just focused on the edges. Let's say, for example, you know, we toss this little piece in here, a little insert. There's more material on the bottom. So when I lay it down in there, look at that. It kind of, man, was it meant to be? I cut this for something else, and it seems like that's what it's for. Here, let's, we're going to cut this. Might as well. Let's do it. Let's see. Yeah, it's almost done. We're getting there little by little. But thank you. Let's see. Panhead Stan, what's up? Hey. Nah, thank you, man. Thank you very much. Thank you for kicking it right here. Hey, John, how you doing? Yeah, little by little. Little by little, Stan, we're like working on this. All right, so let's see. We're right here. We're gonna, where's the scissors? Oh, there they are. They're hiding. I'm gonna cut a little bit of material. Just kind of eyeball it right here. There we go. Right there. Right? It doesn't gotta be perfect, but we're just trying to get a little material on there. Obviously, we need to snip these little corners right here. Let's see, let's do that. And then this little corner. Okay. All right. Yeah, let's do that. Let's go ahead and just put a little material right there. And then it lines up, you know. And then I could use the hobby knife and cut the edges off. But look at this. It kind of bridges it too. Oh, wait. Sorry. Camera angle. Wrong angle. So like right there, this part. And then we put this little insert. And it lines up. Right there. All right, cool. Let's go ahead and get some of the Tamiya glue, and we'll just run a little bit all around. More on this side, a little bit on this side. Bam. All right, cool. Let's get our little insert, and let's just put it on there. Like that. Let's scoot it over. Bam. There we go. I think this works. All right, sweet. Let's go. There we go. All right, we'll just let that chill and then we'll come back to it. Right there. Here we go. Let's see this little piece. Right there. All right, cool. Let's turn it around. Right there. Let me cut this little corner. Okay. Let's fix this little piece. Yeah, it's good right there. We're just freestyling it right now. All right, cool. I'm just glad I didn't throw away that little piece. Bam. Well, I don't know. It's always a good idea to keep the scraps. Have like a little container with all the scraps of styrene. You never know, you might need them. Let's just push it down. There we go. Bam. I should put a bunch of weight in there. Oh, you know what? No. Man, I should have done this earlier. I should have it would have been cool if I would have put a magnet actually in here. Like on the floor. Like dug a little hole. Little circle. Like a hole puncher. Put a magnet and then put a magnet in here. And then I could just like throw it on there. But I mean, they're not bucket seats, so I don't know. It's not like I was gonna have doors open and swivel seats, nothing like that. But that'd be kind of cool, you know. Let's see here. Let's see if we could trim this little piece. Boom, right there, right there. Yeah, they didn't have to use a knife. There you go. Let's see this one. Cut these little bite-sized pieces. So now I have more material down. So this way, when I go ahead and glue these down, they're gonna stay more in position. There you go. Man, really digging it. Really digging it. Maybe like, yeah, I think it was like right here. It's because the thing with this kit is since I lowered it I dropped it and then I had to lower it from the inside as well. I had to cut areas from the inside that. All right, so like right here, if you're looking at the instructions, all right, let me pull this. We had to cut like these pegs, 1, 2, 3, 4. And then the other side, the peg has this little insert right here. This is like when you put the seat on top, that little insert helps. Like that's where it stops. So there's a gap right there. Like it's almost like the seat's like obviously not floating, but it's higher, you know? And what I'm doing is like I eliminated that to drop the seats even lower. And even right here in this example, you see them more clearly there. If you're looking at my floorboard, now they're not even in there. They're all gone. And what was happening is that when I would put the seats, like right now, like this, right? I would put the seat in, it drops down. But then, you know, earlier I had cut out the two pieces that were on the sides because they were just getting in the way. Like you have to cut them if you're dropping the seat. Here, let me, where are the seats? On here, so I can show you. They're like the adjustable levers, you know, like to fold the seat forward or back or whatever for the passengers. Oh, there they are. I had to cut this part off because it sticks down, which is obviously for the stock, you know. You put the seat in there and then that part sticks down. But now that was getting in the way. So there's all these little things you got to manipulate and get rid of, you know. The focus is more for my curbside is more the exterior, a little bit of the interior, but more the exterior with the stance. That's more my goal. Oh, here we go. Better example right here. Look how how they stick down, right? And that was getting in my way because I lowered the seats and I lowered everything down, you know. Even like the back bench seat, if you look at this bottom part, I cut all this off in the bottom because you're supposed to have this piece sticking out. Mine doesn't have that. I removed that, and that's why, because I lowered it and that's why it sits like the way it sits like that. I had to get rid of it because I got rid of the other piece right here that sticks down. I flattened it. So that's the thing when you're, when you're lowering or manipulating things, you have to, like once you change something, there's going to be another step, another thing you're going to have to change. And then again and again, it's just going to kind of go like that. That's just kind of how it goes. Let's see. I'm very curious about this. I'm going to do this. We're going to mock up the steering wheel, but we're going to just use tape to just tape the bottom piece onto the dash right here. I'm just very curious because I want to put the seats on here. We're just rocking tape for now. The little test. Let's see here. Let's see if we do it right. I'm wondering if I'm doing it right. Let's see. Hold on. There we go. There we go. That's how you do it. All right, cool. So we got tape right here holding the bottom part right there. And I'm just doing it like this with tape for now. Later, we'll be gluing all that stuff. I just want to make sure that we're good with these mock-ups. Kevin Smith, what's up? Let's see. All right, cool. Let's see. Let's do the mock-up right here. All right. This thing fell. Oh, yeah, so even on these side panels, I had to get rid of a little piece right here, a little strip for the insert. So that way everything would be lined up. If not, if I didn't get rid of that bottom part, this door would be sticking up higher and this was going to be lower. So I had to like cut it so it lines up. Okay. There we go. Steering wheel column with the steering wheel attached. So yeah, I'm going to have to attach that first before I even put the seats, just to kind of get a good idea the distance of the seat to the steering wheel. That would make sense. But right now, obviously, they're not glued. They're going to keep falling back. But we're almost there. Here, let me use this to touch it down. Oh, man. Kept messing with it. I had it. There. That's just a quick little mock-up right there. Let's see. Let's turn it. Right there. Knew that was going to happen. I'll fall. But yeah, I can't wait to glue these seats down. Once we glue them down, we're good. We get them out of the way, and we can move forward with the build. But so far, I'm happy. I'm happy like where we're at with it. There we go. Boom. You could kind of see in there. See the chrome. That's little by little. Gonna be working it. Let's see the chrome piece right here. Haven't even put this on yet. Yeah, these are gonna be like the final pieces that are gonna be glued on there. And then we're gonna do it on the other side. Over here, we're gonna chrome plate it. Where's it at? Right here. Here we go. There it is. We're gonna end up chrome plating this one too. Just for looks. And once those are set, we're gonna glue these ones in there. So you ran out to the white one, and then bam, the chrome one. Oh, it's coming off. There you go. But yeah, little by little, it's we're gonna bring this one to life. Here, let me put the wheels on. Let's put these instructions away. Right there. Man, it's already, I'm looking at the clock. We've already been on for an hour and a half, or 140. Wow. It feels like 30 minutes went by. It doesn't even feel like an hour and a half. All right, cool. Got this side. Got this side. Let me see. Yeah, the wheels are gonna be the final thing I need to glue. There's still a couple, like some adjustments I need to do to the wheels before I even glue them on. I gotta make sure everything is lined up properly, because that's obviously the most important thing. And especially if it's a curbside, you know, I have to put a lot of focus into that as well, into consideration. Like this one has to, this back wheel has to pop out more, touching the fender. Same with this one. I have to extend this just a little bit. And then I want to make sure the front ones are lined up at the end as well. Here, let me grab this. Let's just do a quick mock-up with one side right here. Let's get the turntable. It's all dirty. Let's do a side view right here. Let me see. Hopefully it doesn't fall. There we go. Let me see. So there you see some of the chrome right there. Can we get this thing spinning? All right. So yeah, I just, you know, the wheels are everything's gonna get adjusted once we get closer to it. But yeah, it's coming along little by little, you know. It's I feel like it's coming along right there. Let me see. Let me move this out of the way. There we go. A little bit better on the focus. Boom. Yeah, so the bug, we're getting closer and closer to getting it done. I know a lot of the smaller details is what's gonna take a little bit of time, but I'm looking forward to it, because now I have a really good visual as to what I need, you know, how I want it to look and how it's gonna come out, and what I need to do next, like what needs to be done next to this build in order to get it done. Let me I'm gonna pull up our homie Ricky. He's having this show, and Pete, our friend from Scale World, is gonna be there taking photographs. Sorry. Let me pull up the Ricky's account on my phone. It's a lot better, so that way you guys can see the flyer. And if you guys are on Instagram, follow him as well. And then we'll also I'll show you guys Pete's page as well. Scale World. Let's see. Oh, thank you, man. Thank you. Let's see. All right, here we go. Let me change the angle. All right, so we're gonna. Here it is. So this is Rick the Builder. He's on Instagram right here. Rick the Builder presents Model Cars and Coffee. And this is $10 per person, children under 12 free. And then we have Sunday, March 22nd, 2026, 9 a.m. to 2 p.m., 312 Gernance Church Road, Lesport, PA, 19533. No trophies or rewards. There will be vendors. Bring as many cars as you want. Contact Ricky's Cars and Coffee at Yahoo. And then sponsored by ESS, Resinworks, ScaleWorld.org, Diversified Scalers, and then also ourselves here at Scale Writers. So shout outs to Ricky right here. Let's go ahead and share. Let's like it. Let's share it. Boom. Let's do it right now. Right here live. All right, we just did it. Bam. All right. Yeah, let's check out Pete right here. Let's look here. Let me type it in. Let me see. We're doing this right now. Live. Boom. All right, cool. Also, on Instagram, we got Scaled World right here, Pete. And let's see here. He's also gonna be there at the show. But then let me remind you guys of this. He already shared it, but let me move this to the side so you guys can kind of see. There we go. That right there. Scaleworld.org. Get featured. Submit your model. Cars, trucks, motorcycles. Show off your build to the world. Submit now at scaleworld.org. So get photographs and photograph your model and all submit them. Go to the website right there and make sure you guys check that out as well. So yeah, if you guys are in that area, make sure you go there to the event. Should be a fun one right there. Yeah, man, you're welcome. Let's see, Carlos, what turntable is that one? I like it. Goes very smooth. And so yeah, this one's the it's from Mr. Hobby. So this one here, we got it out in Japan. I haven't seen it in a while, like in stores, but I'm pretty sure if you just do a search online, you'll find it. You'll be able to find it online. Even then, I'm sure you could probably find a seller that from Japan, like on eBay or just somewhere that definitely ships out here as well. But yeah, this is just one. Pretty much the speed it does. It doesn't give you like the option to speed it up. This is just kind of the speed right here. But I like it. I dig it right here, nice and smooth. But yeah, I really like this one a lot. Let's see here. So here, let me go ahead and all right. So let me get the housing for this because I don't know why I keep leaving this out. This thing's gonna get jacked up, and this is all I have until I get more. Let's see here. Boom. All right, cool. So pretty much what I have laid out now, so far right here in front of us, this is the homework. This is what's coming next. Is this stuff and this stuff for the trimmings. Oh yeah, I can't forget about this. This needs to go on the front dash. These are the license plates, but I don't think I'm even gonna use them, to be honest with you. I filled in the back. The back's gonna be blank. I don't know. We'll figure it out later. But I need to put them back in the box. I don't think I'm gonna rock them for now. So we have to keep like this stuff together right here because that's what's coming next right there. And then let me see. Let me take a peek inside the box. Let's just make sure we're not forgetting anything. All right. Oh yeah. So then obviously we got glass. Can't forget this. This is going to be the little insert right here with the VW, the metal. That's going to go right on the top, on the hood. These metal stickers, those are great. So that's another piece we need. And then all the chrome. Here we go. Chrome, I haven't even opened it yet. And then these are all the parts which we're not going to be using that are just going to be here. Here, let's throw this stuff. And then yeah, I gotta remove all this because I don't want to leave this in here. And then these tires, I'm gonna later put them in the stash. I'll use these for another project right here, the reversible stretch tires that my homie hooked me up with. And then also these ones here. These are the other ones that I'll use for something else as well. So dang, we're getting there. We're getting there little by little. There we go. Let's seal this right here. Yeah, right now, yeah, I don't think no more painting. I think that's it for like this project. Unless if something comes up and I'm like, oh man, now I need to do this or that, but it's just the model, the car now. That's the main thing. Man, I gotta clean this glass. It's filthy. It's just been sitting there collecting that dust on there. But yeah, little by little, we're gonna get this one done. Let's see here. We gotta put this material away as well. Let's get that one there. All right, and yeah, a while back I had built this. I did a video on it too. It was a 1/32 scale skyline. Let me get it. Hold on. There's a snap kit. This one. Oh, not Skyline. GTR. My bad. Not Skyline. This ain't no Skyline. What the hell is that? Thought I heard something outside. So I've been, you know, I snapped it together, did it really fast, and I've been thinking about taking it apart, scuffing it down, and just painting it. Like after I finish the bug. Let me turn this off. All right, we're clean now. Oh, it is. All right, cool. I wasn't sure. I was like, I know it's a GTR, but let's see. Oh, you're right. It's right there. All right. So yeah, I've been thinking about it's a snap kit, taking it apart again, and then see, look at the bottom. It's nice and flat. Pretty cool. I mean, definitely a fun kit for like kids or anybody to, you know, building models, even just a way to promote it to get people into it, you know. It's already molded into the color that you see on the box artwork. I want to take it apart just to lightly scuff it and just basically paint it, you know, primer it, paint it, and clear it. And I'd want to like experiment with my colors, you know, like I have some House of Color stuff, just kind of play around with some colors and different effects and things like that. So this way I get to see it like, oh, how it turned out, you know, and then just put it back together, snap it all together. The only thing you really do need to glue are the side view mirrors because they do tend to pop out from time to time. And that's the one thing you don't want missing. Like having one and you're like, oh, what happened to the other one? You know, they do pop off because you know, I'm like, oh man, I gotta glue it. But yeah, that's something I want to do. I want to do after I finish this project. I don't want to be like, oh, let me just get started now, because then that's going to interfere with the bug. But yeah, once I wrap up the bug, I'm going to go ahead and mess with this one and just paint it up. You know, look at that. It even wheels back and forth. But yeah, this is a cool little car. I really like it. I like the size of it and everything. And it's just one of those little kits, man. That little kits you could mess with right there and build it up. But yeah, it's interesting, the bottom there, right there. So yeah, that's one for sure that I want to do. You know, let me bring out this Scale Survivor that I have back here that I got. Gary Seeds gave me this car a while back. And it's interesting, like I don't think he know, like, you know, he doesn't know the story, like who built this car. But I know with my friend Stan, we were talking about materials, and we were talking about the you know, the different types of materials, like from what I was using today. And he had told me like the types of materials that he used back in the day and everything, you know. And I was looking at this car, and even Gary was like, check this out. This is definitely Scale Survivor from the 60s. Even the interior, this is like corduroy pants, pretty much. It's crazy. I was like, what? And, you know, he had gifted me another car, and he was like, hey, I have this one. Do you want it? And I'm like, for sure. Hell yeah. I'll take it. And I just everything about it, man. Like, I don't know, I don't know the person who built it, back in the day, but look, even the dash has a different material that they just kind of wrapped and they just put on there. But the corduroy runs all the way to the floorboards, and then they use another material that go on the seats, kind of like a leather material there. And I was just like, yo, like this is cool. Obviously, there's little pieces that are missing, things that were broken off, but it's just something nice to look at. Like right here, also there's a missing piece right here, which would have been this custom piece right here. From looking at the paint, it looks like it was just a spray can, like sprayed on, and that's it. Look at that grill, that face, really classic, old school look. Let's look at the back. I like the back a lot. This is cool. Like this trunk, and then you got this big old like scoop thing right there. And then the lights. Like even around the lights, like in there, all the housing looks awesome. Very classic stuff right here, custom stuff. And here, let me hold the hood down. Let's look at the bottom. So then for the bottom, see, look, it's the screw bottom for the back. And then, you could tell all this was like most likely rattle can, but then this was probably painted with hand brush, but look really clean though. Look at the lines. They put the chrome, like the silver up top, but look at the sides, how uniformed it looks running along. Like, man, this dude must have been very careful, like doing that, like one stroke, it looks like all the way down, unless he was like masking it up with tape. Who knows? To me, that's a mystery. Then right here, we have one part that goes into the engine, and then this part's missing. The engine, it's a little loose, it's okay. Axle rod in there. Bottom is also axle rod. A nice little tight fit in the back. Even the wheels, look at those centers. I've never seen those kind of like style hubcaps right there. And here, let's open up the hood, because I know this. I think it goes in reverse too. Let me see. All right, it goes in reverse because it has the hinge on this side. But look, it's also like some like leather material. What a trip, right? And then let's take a look at the engine. Look at this, man. This is engine detail like back in the day, like 60s stuff right here. I don't know, man. It looks crazy. Like, I like it. I dig it. It's a little dusty, but it's all good. This is like a model that who knows if the person who built it is still alive or not. We do not know that. We probably will never know that. But man, this is something that someone spent hours in time putting together. Look at the battery too. And it's like there's a part of their soul that's in this car right here. It's like making music, A lot of music is made with soul. Okay, let's put this back. And yeah, I mean, if the person's still alive, I wonder if they ever wonder, man, whatever happened to my model cars, And if so, I hope they would know that at least this one's here. It made it. It's still here in 2026, and we're going to try to conserve this one for as long as we can. Later, I'm going to get a case for it. The cases that I had my models, I already took them out and I put them away in these little boxes, and I put the other models in the cases right now. Let me see. Like this one's already in a case, so I need to get a case for this Thunderbird, but like this 62 is already in a case. And I mean, it's easy to say, oh, why not? Like, who cares? Just leave it out. let it collect more dust. I don't want that to happen. You know, I really like this car. This car grew on me a lot just because I feel like the person who built this car, I'm assuming must have been a kid. I don't think it was an adult. You start to see all the little paint splotches in different areas on the pipes and everything. And what I really like about this car is they put all the accessories on there. Like everything. Look at the grill. All the accessories are on this car. And when I saw this car, I was like, yo, like this is interesting. I've never seen a 62 like this. And when I ended up buying this and I got it in, I was like, I am not going to strip this car. I'm not going to take it apart and try to rebuild it. I'm going to leave it the way it is. There's a little phone in there. Just, everything about it, I'm going to just leave it the way it is, And I mean, look, they're still red. Like you could tell this was like painted with a brush. Let's look at the engine. And everything was just glued, And sometimes when I drop videos regarding a lot of this vintage stuff, I do get comments from people saying like, yeah, when I was a kid, we would put all the accessories on all the cars. Like that was fun and everything. And it's cool. Like hearing those stories, and also some people saying, man, paint was expensive. Like even at that time, like you had enough to just buy the model, and sometimes you couldn't buy paint, or if you did buy the paint, you make it last as long as possible. And even the back, it's interesting because you got the tail lights and then you got this part right here. And then it has a little red light as well. But it's interesting because even look at the back. It's not even pushed all the way down. Look at this part. Because I know like if an adult was painting this or doing it, they would obviously like most likely push it down and make sure they didn't get paint on the bumpers, right? But man, this car grew on me so much. So later, I ended up going on eBay and I ended up buying the kit of this original car. I found it unpainted, complete, and everything. I already did a video on it, and I'm just like, I'm starting to like dream and fantasize about building that car now. Like I've been thinking about it a lot. Like, what if I built that a 62, an original 62, and just try to do something by using, who knows, maybe all the accessories as well, or just something that I've never done with those accessories, and it would just be like a tribute build, to those cars from back then, But also using the kit from the past and the accessories from the past, but giving it like my flavor and like what's currently happening right now, like with custom paint and everything, I don't know. I just been thinking about that a lot, but man, I really like looking at this car. I keep it over here and I just stare at it and I'm like, dude, like this is such a cool car right there. And then I have another one. So I don't know. I've always loved the 62 Bel Airs. Those are my favorites, but also Impalas as well, And I like this. I like the Bel Airs just because I almost feel like they're kind of like the black sheep, sorta. Even when you see like a 62 Bel Air non-bubble top, even a 4-door, it looks a little weird, but I kind of like it. I'm like, man, poor car. It doesn't get that much love or appreciated, Like, I think this is pretty cool. But yeah, that right there is one of my my favorite ones. And yeah, there's like a couple more skill survivors back there that I have in cases. The rest I don't have in cases. They're kind of just like glue bombs. They're just chilling. Later in time, I will get to those and get them in cases or just clean them up and try to preserve them how they are on the glue bombs. There's only one that's a 64. That one for sure I'd probably get into wanting to bring to life, like to paint right there. check something real quick. Man, but this one's pretty cool. I like this one a lot. Man, give it like a paint, a pearl. I don't know, like, yeah, I want to do something, build something classic, but with using some of the newer uh, paints or so forth, or just custom paint job, right? And yeah, even if man, what would be really interesting is using a custom kit and also using the custom paints from that time, from that era, and just obviously I would want to prep the model and everything, and then just paint the body with those paints as well, those rattle cans, just to see how it would turn out. But man, I love the skirts. I love how exaggerated and long they are. And I've been thinking about this too, because the my 62 that I've been working on before I started taking on this project. Watch, I'm trying to look for it. Here, let me look for it. Gotta bust out the 62 now that we're talking about it. Oh shoot. Is it in here? Oh yeah, found it. All right. Here, let's make more room. All right, so my 62. Yeah, let's bust out. Boom, boom. The one I was working on before I put it away. Oh, I was keeping this for a reason. Let's see, it's in here. And then this is the other one I was working on a long time ago. I don't know why I have not come back to it and try to finish it, but I definitely need to finish this car too. Let me try to line this up. No, it's not gonna fit. You gotta fix this later. Cool. All right. So when I was working on this car back then, I was like, all right, I need to do this. I need to do that. Right. I was trying to do a bunch of stuff to this car, taking parts from different builds to come up with this one here. And I'm still not done with it. But when I look at this car and I see how long and how exaggerated those skirts were, I saw this. I was doing this first, but then I saw this after. I bought this after. And like right now, though, it's just like this. It's just plain like that, right? Very exaggerated, really stretched out. And I was thinking, man, if I would come up on another set of these kind of skirts, I'd probably just prop them on here and still shave it down, but just to have like that little bump, you know? Even right here, I already filled it in right here from the last time. Even the grill, I'm gonna end up using a different type of grill, but the front grill on this, the bars that are in the front of the grill have been inspiring me a lot. Then I'm thinking, man, maybe I should do some type of different grill and then grab a set of these bars and put them on there. Custom front end with bars on there. So I don't know. I would have to see kind of like what's up with that right there. But yeah, this is like a custom build that it's like the way I visualize it is it's almost like if it had a air suspension or air system, it would be like, you know, like the body would lift up, you know, obviously the wheels, and then or have it, nah, not maybe not the back, more the front, like the front end part stands. That'll be dope if I was able to turn the wheels a little bit, you know, that would be dope. Or if I don't know, maybe if I really had this like as a show car, and I had watch this, let me see how it would look. Oh, it's not gonna fit 'cause I have tape on here to fit these, but I don't know. It's just like, just try to imagine like if this was like this rotor, this drum would be on there, and I'd have like a little stand or something like holding it. Something also very old school that I could rock on there. But it's a trip, man, because everything's all about timing. And I feel like when I was working on this live, I was very inspired, very like, hell yeah, like we're doing this, we're doing that. I was moving fast. We're going to layer plastic here, there, whatever, right? And then at some point I stopped and I started working on other stuff. And I felt bad because I was kind of like, oh man, like I was going along with this and then I just chilled. But I already know the way I work with certain custom projects. I knew that was going to happen. And now that I'm seeing a lot of this custom stuff and having in hand the actual cars, some Skill Survivors, I'm like, oh man, I'm starting to get more ideas, you know, and even flipping through magazines. You know, my homie Stan just hooked me up with a bunch of magazines as well. So there's a lot to dig through and download. So this way, when I come back and I approach this car, I'm like, all right, cool. And then also on Instagram, you know, there's a lot of fabricators, a lot of custom people that, you know, you see some stuff and you're like, wow, like they're really going hard on some early 60s style stuff, you know, and that's kind of where I'm at right now with it, where I'm really, really digging it right there. So we'll see how everything goes. I really want to look for more of these that looks like a Hollywood top. I want to look for more of those to use them for other builds, you know, and kind of go from there. But yeah, I'm just having fun, you know, a lot of fun with this stand. With this stuff. Let's see. Let me know if you want some stands and drums drawn up when the time comes. Yeah, thank you, bro. Yeah, I'll let you know. I'm probably definitely gonna need some type of stand. I know the cool thing, some of these kits actually even give you some that are chrome. But yeah, I really would probably want something probably more modern or whatever, just like to throw up. Man, even some bricks. Put some little bricks or something. I don't know, to like dress it up and kind of go from there, you know. I think that'd be kind of sweet right there. But let's see here. So, all right, guys, it's we made it to 2 hours and 10 minutes. It's time. It's 11:30 on my end. I got to get ready to, you know, start getting some rest, and I gotta work in the morning, do some stuff up, and then later, you know, package up some orders that I need to ship out tomorrow from skillwriters.com website. And after that, we'll probably be back working on this again. So we did the floorboards, the interior carpeting and everything on the build. And, you know, I think tomorrow, most likely, we're gonna work on the seats as far as gluing those down, and also detailing the console, the dash, you know, just really minimal stuff, nothing crazy. Gluing the steering column down, we'll get that out of the way, and then I'll see what's up. I might even just wet sand the body and do that live. I might just do that, wet sand it, get it cleaned up. You know, we'll see. We'll see what happens. But I'm brainstorming on the windows. I might have to cut the windows. I'm really thinking about it, to have wide windows instead of just keeping that little pillar on there. So we'll see what happens later. But yeah, thanks guys. Yeah, it went by really quick. It went by really, really fast. It's already 2:10. Yeah, I gotta just, you know, unwind and get ready to be going to sleep soon. But thank you guys for watching and just kicking it. If I jump back on tomorrow, I'll set it up. You might get the notification, or you just might see it live, when I'm on here or whatever. But we'll go from there. Cool. All right, guys. Later on. Peace out. Have a good night. Take care. Later.